Hello, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dakota, and welcome back to the Stanley Parable. So I know I said that I got through the game, I thought, so I actually got curious and made a nice little list. I actually have like 6 different endings that I apparently didn't do. So the first one we're going to start out with, I'm not going to tell you which one we're starting out with, but I'm just going to tell you, like, apparently this changes a lot every time. So you got to do it until the computer's barely visible, which would be that for me. Please adjust the slider until the dog and cat are friends. Okay. Yeah, please adjust the slider until the number 5 becomes 9. I'm gonna have to tell. Oh, it's right there. Okay. I was gonna say, maybe there wasn't one. Please adjust until you stop adjusting the slider. I think I'm pretty satisfied with how much that's been adjusted, I think. Which of the 2 made-up words is the most appealing? Akuboinkle or Scrumtush? Akuboinkle. Definitely. Please not adjust slider. All right, I'll obey with it. You know, we can go with it. We can go with it. Do you know what time it is right now? Yes, actually. Is the time that is right now the correct time? I would think so. I haven't set the clock yet, but yeah. What time? Or what is time anyways? Yes. Is there anything about yourself you haven't told me? Well, you never asked me about myself, computer. Help. Yes. Will you come back to visit? Sure, sure. That was quite literally. Apparently there's an ending for rebooting the game several times, which is one that I do want to do. So, you know which one I'm going to do? I'm going to reboot it again and see what's up. Written by Davey Redden. Redden, yes. What time is it? Does anyone really, truly know? Of course they don't. Nobody knows anything. You and I don't even know each other. We're like strangers. Sure, I've adjusted all the game's settings to your exact specifications, but who hasn't? It's just what I do, like a daily job. And now, the job is over. There's no more information for me to gather. I've collected all the data on you that I can. And I still don't really know you. And you don't know me. And neither of us know what time it is. I know what time it is. I guess some settings are just unsettable. But if I'm being totally honest, the clock doesn't do anything in the game anyways. You won't have me here when the game starts next time, but that's okay. Video games were meant to be played alone. You like being alone, don't you? That's maybe the only information I really learned about you. Well, it's time for me to leave. There's still one more setting that we need to adjust, but it may take a little time before I'm ready for that. It's not really my job description, but that's okay. Perhaps you'll see me again if you can find me. Talk soon. Ooh, that one was an interesting one. Hey, you know what they say? No, we're going to do it again. They don't say that, but I was going to say 3rd time's a charm, but realistically, I've opened the game like 6 times already since I started playing it. So let's see how different this one is. Wait. No. We're going to try it again. I don't have the narrator anymore. Or the beginning card person anymore. Well, I mean, we could just move on to, I guess, another one of the endings that I have wrote down. I'm not sure how you're supposed to trigger that one.
This is the story of a man,
named Stanley. Why is the screen black?
Stanley worked for a company in a big building.
Alright, so we are back in the office. Oh my god, my camera's burning out on me. The sensor hasn't been running right. It's been awful.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
What could it mean?
Stanley
so
decided
apparently,
to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
You can get up here.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Now there is a way to shimmy over to there. Somehow. Like so. And you can apparently come out the window. Which, it seems like a total glitch, right?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yeah,
Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
It's not much.
Okay,
it's just,
I'm over it now.
yeah.
What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No?
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? do you think it would have been particularly different? Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly,
Maybe?
this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one.
I haven't seen the other option,
What
no.
do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option.
Now I want to know what happens.
You are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Am I quite literally just... narrator. Hello, narrator. Stuck in a situation here. Why is crouching an option anyways? Do you ever actually need to crouch? Oh yeah, the defend. Narrator, hello. That's okay. We have a begin the game again button. It's not going to stop me though. I want to see the other one.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Come on.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Come on, there we go. Whee! I said no the first time. We're gonna go yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want.
You're very correct, narrator.
Now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
I can do this all day.
There once was a man named Stanley, who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told. He was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes.
Okay.
You too will become quite unbearable.
Hey, I think we're doing pretty good here. Is that it? Is that all you got for me, narrator? I could do it all day. Does he quite literally just keep going on? I'm going to only assume that it just keeps going. Yeah, I'm just gonna... Maybe I should just... We'll begin it again, and then we'll go grab the bucket. Because if you had the bucket and do this, then it's a completely different thing as well, I'm pretty sure. Because we're gone. What could it mean? Could they? Whee!
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear.
It is different, okay.
We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now, and for the first time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans, and the bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more, There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps
The
if
bucket's
it had
having a
seen
crisis.
its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too
Like my
much for
collar,
Stanley.
what is this?
"What are you talking about?" he screamed. "You're a bucket!" To this, the bucket furrowed its brow. "No," said the bucket. "Not since the evil wizard Gambhorata.
What is
First
this?
ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the sacred amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of—" "No!" Stanley screamed even louder this time. "This is stupid!
You're just a bucket.
Are a bucket! This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this?" As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
Oh?
My God, Stanley.
Oh my God.
You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise, we would have easily been overwhelmed by the bucket's power. I'm speechless. You've demonstrated such bravery.
You're
here today.
speechless?
Come,
I just murdered the
let's
bucket.
restart the game, and we'll agree to never again go trifling with this bucket, nor the dark magic cast away inside of it.
The bucket was a legit living creature? All right, well, that leads me on to my next ending.
Meeting room.
No, so there's another ending. Trying to remember the ordering here to get to some of these. You see, we don't have all those yet either. I think we have 2 more, but there's nothing here.
So he turned around and got back on track.
You're
Coming
right.
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I will in a second. I heard that there was this guy down here.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of
We
the
just need one more.
Marines. Very soon, you'll collect
Yes.
the last one, and then the first number will equal the second number, and that will
Yeah.
be it. We'll be different people by then. Different in the sense that we
We
used
already
to
are.
have none of them, and now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figler and Marines. None of us can.
What a weird name for him. So there's technically one more of the Figler Anrines, Anlines. I don't know what they're called. I just don't. I'm not 100% where the last one would be. In fact, I kind of feel like I might be going the wrong way. And nothing is this changes every time apparently, because the boss knows that what the boss says goes. If the boss suffers losses, then that's what the boss chooses. Or that's what the boss chose. And there's nothing really, anything else in here that I'm aware of. I think you can do the escape pod ending. Possibly, without.
Stepping in.
Yeah, there we go. So we can't actually get the escape pod ending without bucket. Not 100% how you would access it. I don't think there's a door down here anymore, is there? Okay, there is, but I don't think you can access it. No. Now it's just a matter of, you know, going all the way back down. I don't know how much it changes, though, if you do the escape pod ending without the bucket. I assume that Stanley himself jumps into it and then, you know, carries on his way. But we'll find out for sure once I get down to it. It's not too late to grab the bucket, though, if that's something we'd want to do. But, you know, we already seen the bucket ending in the last episode for this, so I don't want to do it again. You are now leaving. Thank you. If you haven't seen the last episode, definitely go check it out. The whole Stanley Parable series has been pretty awesome, and I love going through finding out there's more, like even more to it. So it's going to be nice to experience this. I mean, it's been so new every single time. It's just been wonderful. And if you want to play this game, I'm going to leave a link to it down below, because, you know, it's a good game. Should be coming up on the escape pod, isn't it? I'm not sure how many floors there are. I think this one is the final floor, right? No, it's not. This one is the final floor, right? I say that, but oh yeah, this one's definitely the final floor. Launch bay. Here we go. Let's get going. I haven't seen this ending without the bucket, so hopefully, you know, we can still turn around and go back. Nah, we're all in. What happened? Is there like no ending? Okay. Well, apparently that was
All of his
the ending for that one. I do apologize if a lot of this is getting cut out, because I've already seen a lot of this in previous episode, and if you want to check it out, you can definitely go do so yourself. Now, there's got to be another Stanley
to a staircase,
figurine somewhere.
Stanley
Figline, whatever they called it. This is easily like the 20th time I've had to restart my camera. I don't know why it keeps cutting out. This episode in general is a mess. I do apologize. So right now we're gonna go for the escape ending without bucket, because I don't think I did that. I went for it with the bucket, and it ended up causing like a different narration, like a different narrator, and we died. But I don't think you die if you don't have the bucket in this one.
Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job.
That's
Why
good,
did he
Stanley.
feel
That's
this
good.
now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Alright, no idea what this yellow square is either. I've yet to figure out that
Stanley
one.
walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah. I'm just taking a detour to the, the bathroom.
Escape written on it. The truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Am I? I'm sure it's fine. I mean, maybe I will,
The door
but
behind
I
him
don't...
was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Yeah, you're right, but I want to go down the long hallway.
Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and
Yes.
willingly confront his death.
Precisely, yes. I'm sure it's fine, right? You know, we could just bloop. Alright, here we go. If you remember this one with the bucket ending, you get crushed. Spoiler alert.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his
Maybe you get
demise,
crushed in this one
he
too.
reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
It hasn't really changed
Stanley
much
can't
either.
see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his
boy.
death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life.
Yeah, maybe I should accept
Stanley,
it. Alright, here goes nothing.
"Farewell, Stanley," cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single
Okay.
visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, there is another ending down here. The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was
What is
going
this?
to accomplish? When every path you can
Oh,
walk
it's the
has been
credits.
created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same.
Oh,
Do
that
you
is so
see
cool.
now?
They had a map.
Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Oh, that is so cool. That's nice. I like that a lot. Filing cabinets. Yes. Office computers. Can I? I can. That's so nice. The desk, the work desk. It's so beautiful. The office. Can't do anything with them. Button sounds. A selection of the sounds used throughout the game. Oh, that's pretty cool. All the credits. Big old congrats to the team. Maintenance room as early version. Oh, an early version of the maintenance room. Okay. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting this build that it is far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpret it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. That's pretty neat, though, that they had, an optional, like an idea of what they wanted to do there. What is this? Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. Oh my God, you could just spend so much time in here. The apartment timer. That's pretty neat. There's so much going on here. What is that? Dude, they completely filled this place. Is this another Warzone? Zending levers. So we've got a bunch of things here. A monitor room elevator. Should I have countdown desk. For the first time, the elevator monitor could go up or down. Okay. All right. Cool. What is this?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Huh.
But listen to me.
Oh.
You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you.
So is there an optional ending if I do it? I'll do it. I'll do it. Why not? Hey, wait a minute. It's different.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Back in this one. Was there anything actually...
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Potentially.
Door on his left.
Sure.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Is there another figurine down here? Because I need to collect all of them. I realized camera cut out again. Alright, so I think... After looking, I think I have an idea of how we can get to... Sorry, I had to restart it because I was stuck in the confusing ending. The last figurine, I think, is in here. If you do it just right. See, I always thought there was going to be an ending down there, but...
on the wrong foot here.
There's not.
I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been... What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you?
I'm aware.
I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your
Right there's the
side.
last one.
Give me a... And there it is. The last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this
Got
moment,
it.
Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where
Yes.
so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've
Nope.
insisted that a job well done is its own reward.
Correct.
I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be like a reward, and we can't have that. So,
I guess.
instead I'll just say,
Maybe.
it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
Maybe. Truthfully, don't remember what I was doing before. So we already did that ending as well. I'm going to go ahead and do one more restart, and this should trigger the figurine ending. Sure is taking a second to load, isn't it? Whoa.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines. Those figglers. I
Okay.
haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't
Okay.
it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim
It
with
was
inner
interesting.
richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I
Oh.
would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines. Just one more time.
Whoa. So we actually get another... What? When Stanley found the collectibles. Now remembering. So we're back here at the memory zone. Oh, it's different. Hey, we're missing one. Okay. I guess we can go down here.
Here's where it all began. The first
Oh, I remember what
Back
that was
then, we
like.
had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We were so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
I don't want to touch that one. Did I touch that one? I don't trust these things. It's gonna be a jump scare. don't trust it. I got trust that she's going on here.
And here was the second Stanley. You found
it was
this
right
one
here.
all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley.
I did.
I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6.
Fine,
But you
narrator.
continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Okay.
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
It would have been the bathroom. Yep, I found it in the bathroom because I didn't know about the warehouse one.
Hey, that's exactly right. It
Yep.
was here in the boss's bathroom.
Oh.
It was the third one. You picked it up, and then after that, you had 3 of them.
Yes, I
I'm
did.
glad these moments are so crystal clear in your memory, but I shouldn't be surprised. After all, science tells us that it's impossible to forget your third time doing anything.
Maybe.
Let's see, what came next?
Ooh.
Oh yes, we found a Figley in this pink room.
I don't think we
I
did.
can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
Narrator, I'm gonna level with you. We didn't get that one. I mean, I can go ahead and get it, but we found the warehouse one, then that one. I mean, narrator put it out here, so it can only be real, right? I don't like hearing the whispers. Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
This was the 5th mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember
You're
it
right.
so clearly.
I do too,
In
because I
fact,
just did it.
Because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the
Did you?
occasion. Enjoy.
Okay. This was made in Movie Maker, right? Windows Movie Maker? Okay. That I did. Right under those stairs. It's all the narrator.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a
Yeah,
lot of
kind
time
of.
making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
Ooh, that scared me. That one genuinely scared me. Okay, I guess we're gonna go this way. I hate the scary noises.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible,
Yep,
the
just
final figurine.
just right here.
here by the red and blue doors. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Perhaps
Yeah,
because
mine too.
it was the one that happened more recently than all the others.
I'm on edge
Who
right
can
now.
truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figley and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other.
It really
Except
was.
for the other moments picking up figurines, which
Yeah,
it
kind
was
of.
exactly
Kind of, yeah.
like.
Okay. What is this? Whoa. Are we gonna have another paradox?
And then there was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not done. I'm not
Oh.
ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Narrator, I gotta tell you, you shouldn't live in the past, though. If you're living in the past, you're never gonna move forward. You know? You can't change the past. You can't do that at all.
Okay, yes, the room with the red and blue doors. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Oh, okay, we're gonna go backwards in time now. I don't know if we should trust this. What was that?
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched? Yes, I love that video.
Narrator, I'm having some anxiety going on. We never got this one.
The pink room, Stanley.
No.
Still no memory of this one. Good room.
I don't remember it
though.
either.
A solid room.
Yeah, it's a nice room. I don't remember it, though. Don't remember it at all.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Narrator. You're kind of scaring me, narrator. We never did the warehouse, did we? Yeah, it never took us to the warehouse. Okay, well, we got this one right here.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes,
I do.
I remember it too.
I do remember it.
The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep
Why would you
going.
go back to it? I don't want to go back to the first one, though, narrator. Narrator, I don't want to go to this one.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
Yeah. Oh, the big one. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah. We were here. Yes. Oh, the jump circle. I remember the jump circle.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything.
It really
In fact,
does.
I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Narrator, you're going down a bad path, buddy. You live in the past and you get stuck in the past.
The two doors.
You'll never
Who
move
could have
forward in
forgotten that?
life.
A classic memory, this one.
Does this go to the same place? Okay, it does.
And before everything else, there was your office.
Yeah. There was, actually. My nice
Is there
little
anything
office.
else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember.
I don't think there was anything before the office, Stanley.
Yes,
Or
I'm
narrator.
remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then
All right.
somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy. And I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much.
That's kind of sad.
Here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Are we back here? Wow, we are really back here. Before we actually end off here, hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. Epilogue? I was gonna reset the game one more time. Did I unlock a new thing? Okay. Many, many years later. What do you mean, many years later? Oh, we're back in the desert? Okay. I don't see anything. Hey. It's kind of pretty. Ooh, look at the stars. Ooh, look at the moon. Guess we just sit and enjoy it. Oh no! My chair. Narrator, are you out here? Narrator! Narrator, where are you? Ooh, look at the moon. It's so pretty. Sunrise or sunset. I'm not sure what direction I'm actually in here. What a whole different... Oh my god, it's the memory zone. Memory zone? Narrator, are you there? Narrator, it's been years. I'm sorry that I destroyed all of this. Generator, which means someone's living here, right? Narrator? Narrator? Hello? Hello, narrator? Narrator? Is anybody down here? What's that? Cookie Nine's blog. Review the Stanley Parable 2. Like so many, I enjoyed my time with the original Stanley Parable, which underscores how truly disappointed I am with the sequel. Where the first game teamed with originality, the second is dull, uninspired, and often insulting to the fan base. Rather than expanded, blah, 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 an infinite deep hole, who cares, blah, 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 new endings, nobody cares. I found the bucket quite comforting. Alright, well, I'm sorry that you didn't enjoy it, Cookie, but I think it's wonderful. Narrator, are you down here? The Stanley Parable developers, no more snip-offs, no more sequels? What? Buttons.
Jim.
The gym buttons. Huh. If you guys want to pause and read that, go for it. I need to find the narrator. There's more figlings. Figlings? Stanlerines? Stanlers? I don't remember what they're called. It's quite peaceful. Let's see what's down here. Oh no, I don't like this at all. Thank you for enjoying the new content. Oh wait. Hello again. Hey, it's beginning narrator. Hi. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you too, intro guy. But it's terrible to learn that there will never be another Stanley Parable game. Did you read what the developer said? Preserve the integrity of the franchise? What nonsense. Well, I mean, sometimes you just can't do it. The Stanley Parable is not sacred. We do not need to protect it. It's, maybe. Screw the legacy. Let's keep making Stanley Parable games until the sun explodes. Yeah, I see that as a win-win situation. Let's run this franchise into the ground. Let's drag it through the mud and back. Maybe. And if people hate it, who cares? Exactly. If you enjoy making it, then you make it. You see, that was the narrator's problem. He was so obsessed with what people thought of his work. Don't make his mistake. Don't cling to the legacy. Let it burn. It's not hard. In fact, let me show you. Together, we're going to make the Stanley Parable 3. It's simple. All we do is change the number in the game's title. We also really need a really dumb subtitle for the game. Something loud and gagey. Go ahead, try combining some random words together and make a new title for our game. Oh, it actually wants me to do this. Okay. The Stanley Parable 3. Hole Punch. Attack on. Wait, I can't choose any of those. Oh, wait, maybe I gotta... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, I get it. Stanley Parable 3. Unforgivable Coworker. Attack on Hole Punch. Evil Gun. Evil Hole Punch. Evil Coworker. Square. Scorpion. There's so many different things, but Unforgivable Coworker kind of goes alongside the whole theme of... Ooh, voice crack. The whole theme of there being no coworkers. Stanley cannot forgive the coworkers for leaving. It's absurd. I love it. Yeah, I love it too. Every time we restart the game, we'll advance the number of the sequel by 1. And then we'll pick a new subtitle. That way, the Stanley Parable will never end. And nothing in the game itself will change when you do this either. Adding more content sounds like work. No need to do that. I'll just be the same content, or it'll just be the same content recycled again and again and again with a new title screen. What do you say? Should we go forward with this plan? I like it, but I want you to have this say as well. Don't do it or do it. Yeah, why not? We'll go for it. Then agreed, a new sequel every time you start the game. And you know what? Since you've put your faith in my idea, I feel like giving you something as well. You see, I'm noticing the narrator never found a way to get you the broken achievement, did he? Of course not. I wouldn't expect him to know how. It's been bothering me. Let me fix it. Or let's fix it. All right, there. The achievement machine is all fixed. See, I'm on your side. We're in this together. We're going to keep going through this train rolling. We're going to keep this train rolling. I had a stroke reading that one. The Stanley Parable cannot end. It has only spiraled in on itself forever. I must keep the wheel turning. I'm ready. Are you ready? Great. There's one last thing we need to do. Please enter the correct time. All right. The correct time is going to be 2:52 p.m. Please adjust the slider until it's barely visible. There you go. Thank you. Please enjoy the Stanley Parable. You are now playing the Stanley Parable 3, Unforgivable Coworker. What is this? Does it quite literally change the whole game? Am I gonna have to make a whole new video? All right, no, so it is the same. That is pretty cool. I like that. So every time you boot up the game, it says it's gonna be different. So I'm gonna go ahead and test that theory before we officially end this. I do apologize that this video is probably gonna be a longer one, but it should be interesting. All right, do we have the title screen? Oh, I actually get to pick it. The Stanley Parable 4. Temple of Octopus. Oh, it quite literally changes every time. That is amazing. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave the video off here. If you want to see this, or you want to play this game, leave a link to it down below. If you like what you see, the like button. You super do subscribe. I do apologize again. It's going to be a longer video. But hey, who doesn't love a longer video full of adventure? So I'm going to leave it off there. Cue the outro.